Hi Stampers, Nancy Novak here. Welcome to my Facebook Live. I'm excited to show you a Slimline card that has lots of glitter on it. Now I am generally not a glitter person because I hate the mess. I always seem to get it on my face and in my eyes, but this technique that I'm going to show you is pretty foolproof for glitter. Like I'm touching it right now and it's not really coming off. So I'm excited to show you that. So here are the two cards that I made earlier. There's that one, and then here is a little bit of a non-traditional color. It's got the Coastal Cabana and Highland Heather. So let's get started. This one here is Real Red and Garden Green. So let me get started here. So a Slimline card. It is an 8.5 by 7 piece of Whisper White cardstock, and it's scored at 3.5. So that makes your Slimline card, and of course you could make it either way, whichever way you're going to design your card. Then I have a matte piece in Garden Green, and that is 3.25 by 8.25. Let me double check this because yep, 3.25 by 8.25, that's Garden Green. And then I have a matte piece of Real Red, and this one is 2 5/8 by 7 5/8. And as you can see, I cut a scalloped oval out of that, which we'll talk about in a minute. And then I have a stamping piece for the front, and this is 2.5 by 7.5 Whisper White. And then I have a piece of adhesive. It's double adhesive, and that is also 2.5 by 7.5. Then for the inside, I have a matte piece in Garden Green that's 3.25 and 8.25, and I have a stamping piece that is 8 by 3. So let's get started. So I'm going to take our stamping piece and I'm going to stamp on a little scrap sheet here. And let me bring in the annual catalog. The adhesive sheets are on page 162. And they're right up here, item 1. So that's where you can find them. But I will have this information on my blog tomorrow. So I will let you know the products that I used and the colors that I used and the shopping links. So I think I'm going to bring in a catalog and then put my scrap on there and stamp my trees. So let me bring in my Garden Green ink. And I'm going to ink up that tree. And I'm going to just stamp some trees here and there. And then I'm going to stamp off. And they're kind of going to be almost all the same height, but it'll look so pretty when you get them all done. So when you stamp off, it kind of looks like there's trees in the background. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in my adhesive sheet. I think I'm going to put some of the card together before I get into this, so let's go ahead and bring in our card base. And I'm going to go ahead and lay this Garden Green matte piece down. Ooh! This is a new glue. It's coming out quick. So thank you for sharing my videos and my posts. I really, really appreciate that. So I'm just going to lay this right on the front of our card base. So the reason I'm making a slimline is I was challenged in the team that I'm part of. Every week we're doing a challenge, and this week was to make a slimline card. So these were actually the first slimline cards that I've ever made. And you can make your own envelope, but it will fit in those. You can get the envelopes, the long envelopes, even at the Dollar Tree. Okay, so this piece here, as I said earlier, I cut out a scallop, and I also stamped, and I cut out an oval in Whisper White, and those two pieces are going to go together. So I like to use my little matte pieces whenever I can, you know, to cut out the little matte pieces, the little ovals or whatever I'm using. So I'm just attaching these two together, and when we're done we're going to pop that up on dimensions. But I can go ahead and lay this piece down. Okay, so now let's do the fun part. You guys are going to love this. So I'm just going to bring this scrap back in, and I've got my little double adhesive, and I'm actually going to peel off the top layer. Hang on. There it is. I have to find the little starting position. All right. Then I'm going to take that stamping piece and I'm going to lay it face down. So that's the side I want to show, and I'm going to lay it right on the sticky. Like that. And I do have to trim it down. And I'm going to do that right now. And then we're going to put the glitter on. So I thought I cut this to size, but I forgot about that little peel part. That was a little border. But yeah, both of these pieces are 2.5 by 7.5. Okay. So then what you do, I just want to make sure I get all this trimmed. So now I'm going to take and peel off that adhesive. First, before I do that, I'm going to take my bone folder and make sure it's really stuck. All that sticky is going to go on that stamping piece that we just did. All right, so there we go. Now I'm going to bring in my glitter. And I'm just going to put this right in here. Now I went to and just got my glitter today from Michael's. So eventually it's going to all be in this little container underneath, but so just making sure I have glitter all over this card, every spot, because there's sticky there that's going to hold it. It's going to hold it in place. I love this technique. It's so pretty. So let me get this out of the way. And then I'm just going to bring this little piece in. I'm just double checking to make sure I got glitter everywhere. I think I did. I'm just going to bring this piece in and kind of lay it on top. And just make sure all that glitter is pushed down into that adhesive. And there you go. Not too bad. Not a mess. I'm just going to attach it right there inside that little red matte piece. And then I'll give you a closer look. it looks like a snowy forest of Christmas trees. So let me bring my sentiment in, and we'll put a couple of dimensions on the back and pop it up. So if I have any newbies, hi, welcome, I'm glad you're here. If you visit my blog, probably tomorrow, www.stampandshout.com, I will have the information for this card there. So you don't have to worry about writing it all down right now. But I'll have all the information and shopping links. And if you have any questions, you can email me, or you can even write them here in the comments, and I will answer them. Okay, so let me bring in my inside pieces, and I think I'm just going to do some simple stamping on the inside. So I'm going to bring in my garden green ink, and I'm going to bring in Merry Christmas and Happy New Year stamp. Let me show you. So that Merry Christmas and Happy New Year is right there, and this is Itty Bitty Christmas. That's the stamp set that has all these wonderful Christmas and holiday sentiments. Season's greetings, celebrate the season, just believe, very merry, oh what yum. So this is a really nice set. You can use it for a lot of cards and tags. And then here's Winter Woods. So there's the Christmas tree and there's the sentiment. And so let me go ahead and stamp Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I think that's good. Okay, pretty font, very pretty. And I'll show that to you close up in a second. So it's very pretty font, very light. Okay, so I'm just going to attach this white piece to our matte piece. And then we'll put that on the inside of our card. So what do you guys think? You like the Slimline? Slimline cards? Kind of fun to do something different for a change. All right, put that on the inside. Gorgeous. I love it. Love it, love it. Isn't that pretty? Let's bring this one in. So again, this is Coastal Cabana and Highland Heather. So on this one, I stamped the little trees, these little trees. I stamped them all across in Highland Heather, and then the Christmas trees are Coastal Cabana. So it's just a little bit different. So also, when you visit my blog, you're going to notice an area off to the side that says sign up for my newsletter. I send a newsletter out with some whatever's going on in the stamping world and some little other tips and hints and a little bit of inspiration, and I put a free PDF in there for a card. So make sure you sign up for my newsletter so you can get that free PDF. So anyways, that's it. I hope you enjoyed today's card. I love that little technique using the glitter and the adhesive sheets. Make sure you leave comments and share my video, and be back next Tuesday for something new. And thanks so much for watching. Don't be shy. Stamp and shout.